There's tons of animals in the ocean, but are they as rare as this? Or broad like this? Though none of these compare to how prehistoric this one looks. The frilled shark. Though it looks like an eel, this creature is actually a shark. And you know what? Despite their more delicate looks, they're quite feisty. As active predators, frilled sharks may lunge at potential prey and swallow it whole. That's all despite of it's pretty large. They swim in a serpentine motion, which may remind you of how an eel moves. I mean, it's pretty much the same. This animal also prefers to eat squid and has several rows of long teeth with 3 long points in each row, which are ideal for snagging the soft bodies of their prey. That said, though their favorite is the squid, they also eat other things, such as a variety of fishes, including other sharks. Little is known about them as humans rarely encounter them. However, scientists learned that they reproduce via internal fertilization and give live birth. Unlike others though, frilled sharks don't connect to their young through a placenta. Instead, these embryos live off energy obtained from yolk sacs, and only when they're juveniles can they survive independently. The megamouth shark. Kinda scared that if I happen to encounter one of these, this shark could swallow me whole. Good thing they're filter feeders though. Yep, these megamouth sharks, which live as deep as 15,000 feet below the ocean, filter feed. They do this by constantly having their mouth open while swimming. This ensures they get a big grouping of plankton that they love to munch on. But how do they attract this prey, you may ask? Well, inside their mouths are light-producing organs that can be used to attract pelagic crustaceans and other potential meals. Aside from that, they only come to the surface at night and prefer spending most of their lives in the dark. Despite being one of the world's largest sharks, scientists only discovered the megamouth shark in 1976. The first known megamouth shark was accidentally captured near Hawaii when he became entangled in a sea anchor attached to deep naval equipment. Only a few dozen individuals have been captured since then, including a small number of juveniles. The time between captures has recently become shorter though, due to increased deep-sea fishing operations. Scoophead shark. Who knew hammerhead sharks came in different shapes as well? The scoophead is a lesser-known hammerhead shark species in the Sphaeridae family. It lives in the tropical waters of the western Atlantic Ocean from Panama to southern Brazil. They also can inhabit the eastern Pacific Ocean, the Gulf of California to Ecuador, as well as possibly northern Peru. It inhabits shallow inshore habitats. The scoophead is one of the smaller hammerheads. Adult males are 90 centimeters long, whereas females grow 100 to 133 centimeters long. Unlike other hammerheads, this shark's head is relatively broad. It's arched and has no nostril grooves, characteristic shared by this species and the scalloped bonnet head, another hammerhead that the scoophead coexists with. That said, you can still distinguish the two as the scalloped bonnet head has a shorter snout, a broadly arched mouth with a deeper concave rear fin. If you're curious and hope to see them, both these creatures may be found off the coast of Trinidad. The scoophead remains busy here eating octopus, squid, and flounders. Sounds like Ariel has to make sure to protect her best friend though. Angel shark. May have been a nice sounding name, but their actions say otherwise. Sort of. Although Pacific angel sharks are not considered dangerous in general, they have been known to bite scuba divers when provoked. Their ability to remain perfectly still makes them easy to touch, and divers have been known to grab them roughly. When threatened, the natural defense mechanism is to strike, but the bites generally aren't severe. Which is not too bad, I guess. Anyways, these sharks inhabit soft bottoms near kelp forests and rocky reefs. Their color patterns and flat bodies allow them to blend in with the seafloor and pump water over their gills to stay perfectly still. You might ask yourself why they do this. Well, it's because they're ambush predators. They can wait for long periods, but when they see prey that swims too close, they become explosive and lunge, extending their powerful jaws to create enough suction to swallow their prey whole. That being said, even though they are camouflage experts, even being undetected most of the time, some larger coastal predators are known to prey on this shark. Talk about a table turn. Large-toothed sawfish. You guys thought only swordfish have weapons for snouts? Oh no. Meet the large-toothed sawfish. This animal is a predator. As they mature, they consume crustaceans such as prawns and eventually fish. The rostrums of sawfish are used to activate a sixth sense to detect their electric fields. As invisible electric fields surround all living organisms, thousands of tiny pore-like organs in their snouts allow them to detect the presence of their prey. This is known as a distant touch because they hunt at night and don't rely on sight. The large-toothed sawfish dismembers its prey by moving its rostrum back and forth like a saw, stunning and killing its prey. It also employs this weapon when confronted by its few predators, which include sharks and saltwater crocs. Sadly, while their long rostrums are useful for hunting and protection, they become pretty vulnerable because they become entangled in fishing gear. One of the most serious threats they face today is becoming entangled in fishing nets designed to catch other fish. Now, mainly because of fishing, this species is critically endangered. Dagger-nosed shark. Here's another one with a weapon for a nose, the mysterious dagger-nosed shark. Their daggers are more blunt than sharp, though. The dagger-nosed shark is distinguished by its long and prominent snout, as the name suggests. It has a uniform gray or gray-brown color and a white underside, and the species' pectoral fins are large and paddle-shaped. The dagger-nosed shark is a cartilaginous fish. The species used to be found in the shallow tropical waters of the central western Atlantic Ocean and the Caribbean Sea, stretching from Venezuela to northern Brazil, making it one of the smallest ranges of any elasma branch species. Now, though, it's no longer found in areas of Brazil where it was once common. Unfortunately, recent records from the rest of the species range are scarce, both due to it being rare and because of it being a bycatch. In fact, the dagger-nosed shark's main threat is unregulated, artisanal gillnet fisheries that operate within their range. Because of this species was listed as endangered under the Endangered Species Act by NOAA Fisheries in 2017. Ganges shark. No, we didn't just rename the bull shark. This is an actual species. The IUCN Red List classifies the Ganges shark as critically endangered. The species is so rare that after a single sighting in 2006, it wasn't seen again until 2016, when it reappeared at a local Mumbai fish market. Typically found in India's Ganga, Hooghly, Mahanadi, and Brahmaputra rivers, the species distribution was recently expanded when the Borneo river shark and the Irrawaddy river shark were reclassified as Ganges species as a result of various genetic studies. The species' habitat range is now thought to include rivers in Pakistan, Myanmar, Borneo, and Java. So I mentioned they look like bull sharks? Well, because of that, this species' reputation is muddled by their cousins' actions too. While Ganges river sharks are thought to be bloodthirsty man-eaters, the brutal attacks associated with the species are more likely the result of misidentification. This is likely because both species share the same habitats, as bull sharks are known for their long-distance migrations into the freshwater systems. Now it's time for the day's best pick. Who said all sharks had to be big and massive? Some of them are the size of children even in adulthood. The Pondicherry shark. This shark is a cute name, probably because it comes in a cute size too. The Pondicherry shark is a very rare species of requiem shark in the Carcharinidae family. It's a small, stocky gray shark that grows no more than 3.3 feet long. One of their other definers is their relatively long, pointed snout. The shape of its upper teeth and the size of its first dorsal fin distinguish this species. Pondicherry sharks are critically endangered species. It was once found in the Indo-Pacific coastal waters from the Gulf of Oman to New Guinea and has been observed entering freshwater as well. There are fewer than 20 specimens available for study, and most of its natural history is completely unknown. That being said, it can still be found in markets, most recently in 2019 at a local fishing village in southern Sri Lanka. However, not all hope is lost for this species, as a specimen has been put on display in the Museum of Sri Lanka to raise awareness of the critically endangered species. Hopefully, with that measure of effort in their conservation, they're going to be threatened less. Scalloped hammerhead. Here's another hammerhead shark for you guys, the scalloped hammerhead. Like all hammerhead sharks, the scalloped hammerhead shark is an active predator that benefits from the shape of its head. Their widely spaced eyes, nostrils, and other senses allow them to successfully locate their prey near or buried in the seafloor. Furthermore, this shark may use its head to pin stingrays to the bottom, making it easier to eat. Finally, the scalloped hammerhead has special sensory cells that can detect the electric field emitted by all other fish. The broadhead likely allows this species to use this sense more accurately, allowing it to locate prey buried in the sand. Unfortunately, scalloped hammerheads have been overfished throughout many of their ranges. Their fins are extremely valuable, and their habit of congregating in large groups regularly makes it simple for anglers to fish the entire group. Conservation scientists have deemed the scalloped hammerhead endangered for quite some time, and legal authorities have recently begun to agree. If we don't do something, this rare creature may cease to exist soon. Lost shark. The name may be catchy, but it's how the false small-tail shark is referred to nowadays for good reason. It may be extinct now. Only 3 specimens of this species have ever been found and known. One in Borneo, another in Vietnam, and a final one in Thailand. Surprisingly, all these sharks had something in common besides being lost sharks. They were all over 80 years old. Because of how few of them were caught, they were tentatively assigned as small-tail sharks. However, scientists noticed that couldn't be the case. Morphometric differences revealed they were a different species due to the relative positions of their dorsal and anal fins and their low vertebral count. Because no new individuals have been identified for over 80 years, experts think it may be extinct. Like a few other sharks, they likely had a limited population and lived in shallow waters, which we humans can quickly access. That being said, there's still hope they're simply hiding, as the rediscovery of the Borneo shark sparked hope within scientists. After all, that shark wasn't seen for a long period either. See you all next time!